U.S. President Joe Biden signs into law a defense policy bill for fiscal year 2022, which allows a rise of about 5% in military spending. The Senate and the House of Representatives voted overwhelmingly in favor of the National Defense Authorization Act earlier this month. The bill allocates $770 billion to military spending. This includes around $7 billion for what the U.S. calls the Pacific Deterrence Initiative. The plan is mainly aimed at supporting Taiwan, which China regards as part of its territory. The budget also envisages $300 million in military aid for Ukraine, which has been a source of tension between Washington and Moscow. In order to discuss that story further, I'm now joined by Eric Walberg. He is an author and journalist who is joining us from Toronto. Mr. Walberg, thank you for joining Press TV. A 5% increase compared to 2021. What does that show?
Well, it shows you that the military industry, military-industrial complex in the States, it really controls the economy. This idea that America's trying to defend Taiwan or Ukraine, these are just pretexts for the profits of the military-industrial complex. The U.S. isn't like Russia or Iran, countries that have experienced horrible invasions more than once. No one's invaded the U.S. It's got no enemies. And yet it outspends all of the other countries of the world. It's completely ludicrous.
So what are the implications? Like, this increase in militarism should have some consequences. What are those consequences?
Well, the consequences are the continual erosion of America's health as a viable economy. Instead of producing food and goods for the people, it produces money and it produces arms to kill other people. So it keeps pushing America to the brink. It's a completely insane situation, and just adding more money as a fuel to this bottomless pit is only going to create more havoc around the world. There really is nothing. It's a complete mystery how the Americans keep funding this and electing officials to pass these ridiculous laws.
And also, Mr. Walberg, this bill was something that both Republicans and Democrats showed strong support for. What do you make of that?
Well, you see, if a patient is sick, it doesn't matter if they're middle of the road, left wing or right wing, they're going to die. And that's basically the patient is sick, it's got cancer, and the cancer is metastasizing all through the body politic. So really, just anyone that's being threatened by the U.S., just try to hold on, because the U.S. can't keep doing what it's doing. It's on a death march, and it can only end in disaster.
Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Walberg. Stay safe, please. I've been talking to Eric Walberg. He's an author and journalist who just joined us from Toronto.